Welcome to my channel. Let's get started. So no equipment needed for this workout, just a mat. And we're going to take a breath in and then exhale, curl down through your spine. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, roll back up. And again, reaching up and then exhale, roll down through your spine. Inhaling at the bottom. Exhale, stacking each vertebra up, one at a time. Inhale again. Exhale, rolling down. Take a nice breath in there. And then exhale, rolling back up. And we're going to move on to the next exercise, which is a lateral lunge with a reach in the opposite direction. Don't worry about this being a deep move. Think more about it flowing, sitting back into the hip of the knee that's bending, and then switching to the other side. Glide back into that hip as you step, then exhale, reaching over to the straight leg. And again, reaching and moving on, coming out into a slightly wider stance. We're going to sit back into those hips, bend like a squat reach, and then draw back up, reach those hands overhead. Squat, bend, reach, draw those hands back up overhead. And again, reaching up, bend into those knees, sit back into those hips, feeling a nice stretch through the back chain of your body, glutes, hamstrings, up through that back. Sitting back into those hips, take a deep breath in as you reach those arms forward. Exhale, reaching them up to the sky. And then moving on, we're going to come back into a lunge. You do not need to come all the way to the floor. And then it's going to be a reach across your body over that knee that's lifting. So inhale, step back. Exhale, reach across. Inhale, step back. Exhale, draw that knee up and reach. Engaging those obliques with that twist. Reaching across the body. Whatever range feels good. Challenging that balance. Keep going. Tapping back. Exhale as you reach up and switch. Driving up with that knee. Exhale as you twist across. Think about reaching across with your ribs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, gliding across. Sitting back into the heel and hip of that front leg. Reaching across. Doing great. Almost there. And reaching across. Drawing that knee up. And then we're going to move on. Coming back down onto the mat. Hands and knees. We're going to curl up through that spine. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale. Little lift. Coming back all the way down. Lying down on the mat. Roll down through your spine with control. Use those thighs to help you. And then we're going to come bringing those hands up overhead into tabletop with those knees. You're going to lift that chest up off the floor and reach those legs a little, as long as that feels good. Or you can keep those knees bent, or you could keep your feet flat on the floor if that feels like too much. Think about as you come down, inhale, exhale, lift through that chest. Don't pull on that neck. Think about those rib cage, your lower ribs are knitting closed as you lift your chest up. Exhale, a little reach with those legs. Exhale, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and reach those legs. Inhale, lower, keeping that nice neutral spine. And then we're going to come into a crisscross. Exhale as you cross. Inhale to center and switch. And switch. Think about lifting underneath that shoulder blade to lift up. Same thing. Don't worry about how long you reach that leg. Think about how controlled you are through your spine. And coming back down, give yourself a little hug. And then we're going to reach all the way out. Inhale, little hug. Exhale, reach. Inhale, little hug. Arms and legs extending, same thing, whatever amount you can control by keeping that nice neutral spine. Inhale, hug. Exhale, reaching out. Inhale, hug. Exhale, reach. Almost there. Give yourself another little hug in. And a reach. And then we're going to come back, grabbing on, supporting that neck. Tap those toes on the floor. Exhale, and then exhale, bring them back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, pause. Exhale, lift. Really controlling that lumbar spine here. So really focusing. It's those lower abdominals really working right now. Bring those feet in closer to your butt if you're struggling to keep that control through your spine. Make sure you're really supporting that head. Hands are like a hammock. Coming to rest that head down. Give yourself a nice little hug again. Wiggle side to side if that feels good. And then bringing those feet back down. We're going to roll onto your side. And then we're going to be coming back up to stand. Coming in. Feet out a little wider than those hips. We're going to squat. And then we're going to do a little curtsy back. So it's a squat and curtsy. So we're sitting back into that hip. Sit and curtsy back. Pressing in through that heel on that front leg. Inhale, exhale, curtsy. Inhale, sit. Exhale, curtsy. Same thing. You don't need to make this range deep. I want you to keep control. So we're keeping that front knee really steady. It's not shifting inside or outside of the line of your ankle. Using the breath. Really think about kind of driving back into the back of those hips. Almost there. And coming back. And take a nice deep breath and reach those arms overhead, coming back. And we're going to come back down onto the mat with control. And then you're going to come down onto one forearm. And then the other hand is also supporting you. You're going to reach that straight leg out to the corner of the mat and lift. So that leg is a little in front of your hip. Really focusing on that side booty here, that glute medius, as well as your obliques working to stabilize you. Exhale as you lift, inhale, lower. The goal is we're keeping that nice steady spine. Now we're going to go knee drive in and reach. Driving that knee, exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale, reach. Keeping that control through those shoulders. A lot of shoulder stability here. Driving that knee in and reach. Almost there. Finishing with little pulses, pulsing up. Think about pulsing the outside edge of that foot up towards the ceiling. You're almost done on this side, coming down. And then we are going to switch over onto the other side. Coming down onto that forearm. Foot to the corner of the mat. Lift and lower. Keep going. Lifting and lower. Lift and lower. Breathing, breathing. Core really working to stabilize. You draw that knee in, exhale, reach. Now we're keeping that foot off the floor. Inhale, draw that knee in, exhale, reach. Drawing it in and reach. Doing great, almost there. We're going to be a couple more, then finishing with those pulses. And pulsing up. Outside edge of that heel, pulsing up towards the ceiling. Keeping control through that spine. All the way down, nicely done. We're going to come down now onto our forearms after a quick little stretch through that spine. All the way down. Really think about connecting your elbows into the mat. It really helps to stabilize through those shoulders. Coming up into a plank. We're going to tap, lateral, alternating. Tapping only out as far as you can go, keeping that control through your spine. core, obliques, and definitely working that glute medius again, that side booty. Keeping that control through those shoulders, don't lose it. Sitting back, little V up, and then exhale, drive back forward into that plank. Little V up, exhale, drive forward. Inhale as you V up, exhale, abdominals lifting as you're driving forward. Ving up and driving forward. You're doing great, almost there. Ving up and exhale, driving forward. Ving up and driving forward. And control there. Pause, hold in that plank. Feel strong through every muscle in your body. Drop down onto your knees. Sit back into a child's pose. Take a nice deep breath here. Really breathing into the back of your ribs here. Let all that tension go just for a minute. Now pull those palms towards you. Spinal wave. Really think about creating a wave through your spine to come up. And then we're going to come all the way back up. A little bit of cardio here. Side lunge, and then we're going to go into a back lunge. A little side, and then back. Driving back into that hip, stepping back, driving back into the hip of that front leg. Really breathing. Same thing, really keeping that steadiness through that knee. Sitting back, inhale, exhale, step back. Keeping that control. You're doing great. Almost done. Little pulses now. Holding there in that lunge. Going only as deep as feels comfortable, and you can keep that control. Lowering and raising up. Almost there. Excellent. We're going to go on to the other side. So stepping back, lateral lunge. Driving back into those hips. Use that breath. Make sure you're breathing. Stepping and driving back. Really feeling that control through your legs. Pressing back into those heels. Almost there. Pulsing now. Up and down. Sitting back into the hip of that front leg. Use those arms as a driver. Breathing. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Doing great. Coming back for me. Feet hip width apart or a little wider. Sitting back into those hips. We're going to squat and then a little pulse up onto those toes. So we're not coming all the way up off the floor. We're keeping this low impact, but lifting up, heels to toes. Inhale to heels, exhale, press up into those toes. Heels to toes. Excellent. Now we're going to come into little pitter-patters with those feet. It's like mini sprinting. We're going to come narrow and wide as fast as you can go, staying on the balls of your feet, coming in narrow, going out wider, and narrow, bringing out wide. Almost there. Keeping that tempo going as fast as you can go with those feet. Well done. Coming back into a squat, and then we're going to do a lateral reach with one leg. You can use your arms to help balance and give you more stability, or you can keep them in at your chest, whatever feels more comfortable. Side booty, obliques, lifting that leg out. Excellent. Coming back, feet hip width, back into those hops, heels to toes. Inhale, lower, exhale, press up onto those toes. Sitting that weight back into your hips. Driving up, reaching up tall through the crown of your head as you come up. Almost there. Well done. Coming back. Pitter-patters with those feet. We're going narrow and we're coming out wide. And we're going in narrow and wide, really trying to stay as fast as you can and really trying to keep there on the balls of your feet. Narrow and wide. Keep going, keep going. You are almost there. Bringing out wide and narrow. Sitting that weight back into the back of those sit bones. Well done. Nice deep breath. We're going to squat again, lateral reach. Exhale, inhale, sit. Exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale, reach. Reaching long through that leg as you reach up. Working both inner hip and outer hip. Well done. Coming back again, little pulse, heels to toes. Heels to toes. Inhale, lower, exhale, driving up. Inhale, lower, exhale, driving up. Lifting tall, feeling that control. We're almost done. Pitter-patters again. Keep that tempo going as fast as you can with those feet, on the balls of those feet. Wide and narrow. Wide and narrow, keeping that weight centered through the midline of your body. You're doing great. We're almost there. Wide and narrow. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Almost done. Well done. Coming back. Lateral reach. Inhale, sit. Exhale, reach. Inhale, sit. Exhale, reach. Driving that weight back into the hip. Think about using those muscles in the side of your butt to lift that leg out. Think like more muscles, less momentum. Well done. We are almost there. Home stretch now. Coming up for me. Lifting and lowering, heels to toes, pulsing up. Keeping this nice and dynamic. Breathing, breathing. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Well done. Pitter-patters. Wide and narrow. You're doing great. Keep going, keep going. Bring them out wide. Bring them in narrow. Wide and narrow. As fast as you can on the balls of those feet. As fast as you can go. Keep going, keep going. Don't slow down. You're almost done now. And coming in, we're almost done. Squat, side reach. Inhale, exhale, side reach. Inhale, lower, exhale, reach. And reach, pressing back into those heels. Lifting from the side of that booty. Inhale, lower, exhale, reach. And we're done. Well done. Finished. Short, quick, effective leg sculpting, strengthening, toning. Let me know what you think, and please leave me any comments or questions. Thanks so much. Take a few minutes to breathe and stretch if you need.